Hello, welcome back to Hot Girls Can't Drive. I'm your host, Bree, and today I'm going to be talking about my goals for 2024 and then also reflecting on my past goals from 2023. If you are a returning listener, you might remember that in my second ever episode of the podcast that I ever recorded, I talked about my goals and my bucket list, and I specifically talked about my goals for the remainder of 2023. I think I recorded that episode at the beginning of October. And in that episode, I talked about how at the end of 2023, I was going to make a video and then talk about all the goals that I had discussed in that podcast episode and reflect on like if I did them and how successful I was. So I plan to do that today, and I also plan to go over my vision board for 2024. If you don't know what a vision board is, it's just kind of like a poster board usually of a bunch of different pictures and like quotes or kind of whatever you want that you hang up in your room, and it's supposed to be kind of a reminder for what your goals are. It's a way, I guess it's a tool to help you kind of lay out what you're working towards for the new year, and then it serves as a reminder to help you stay on track for your goals. And I'm a pretty big like New Year's resolution person. I always try to come up with multiple resolutions every year. And while I know that some people are kind of against New Year's resolutions because they're like you can start something new at any time of the year. It doesn't have to be the new year, which I completely agree with. I definitely like the idea of New Year's resolutions because I like the idea of starting new every year and kind of like hitting the refresh button and then like coming up with new goals. Like I like that idea. But I'm in complete support of you waking up one day in April and deciding you want to do something and then just doing it because I do that all the time as well. But I like New Year's resolutions, so that's what I'm going to talk about. At the time of this upload, we are like a little bit over a week into the new year. But that's fine. We're just gonna go ahead and talk about my New Year's resolutions now. Maybe this will give you some ideas. Um, and then maybe we can reflect on this at the end of next year, or I guess at the end of this year in December. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you my vision board. And then while I'm talking about the different things in my vision board, I'll also touch upon the specific things I talked about in my second ever podcast episode and those specific goals, because there's definitely some correlation. Just going to be straight up. I did not accomplish everything I wanted to accomplish in 2023. And honestly, I think that's okay. I think it's kind of unrealistic for someone that's setting multiple goals to achieve every single one in the time span of a year, especially because some of those goals are kind of long-term goals. And also we're human, and so like life happens, me. And so sometimes we're just not able to complete everything that we want to complete. My posture is horrible, by the way. Let me start sitting up straight. I'm literally slouched like this right now talking. Okay, let me sit up straight. Anyways, so I think it's fine if you set goals for yourself and you're not able to complete all of them. I have some run on goals from the end of I'm honestly those goals I talked about for 2023. I literally talked about in October. Like it's only been a few months. But what was I even saying? Oh, yeah. But yeah, it's fine if you have to like reuse some goals from the previous year, some resolutions, some bucket lists, like girl, I'm on the same boat. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about them. So I guess I should just try to sit up straight. So basically this episode is kind of more like a visual episode since I'm showing you pictures and talking about the pictures, which is why I wanted to upload this in video format on all platforms, because I usually just upload the videos to YouTube, but I wanted to upload this video so like if you're usually listening to me on like Spotify or something, you can see what I'm talking about. I don't know, maybe you can just listen to it. I don't be knowing. But this is my vision board. Let's show it. Let me see if I can get it in the screen. It's kind of obviously there's a glare because of the light, and it's kind of on like glossy picture paper, but this is it up close. So this might be a little bit different than the vision boards you might be thinking. Normally, a lot of people when they make vision boards, they just find pictures from like magazines, and like different things that they have around the house to make their vision board, which is honestly what I thought I was gonna do. Originally, I was just gonna pull out a bunch of magazines from my house, get a poster board from like Target, and then just cut and like glue. And like I can be artsy sometimes, but very rarely does it ever actually turn out good. and I didn't really have a lot of magazines, and so I didn't want to print out a lot of pictures because I feel like that's like bad for the environment. And I'm a really big like Photoshop girly. Like I love like Photoshop and making collages. I've made collages on Photoshop before. I actually have like two canvases in my bedroom in Miami that I made on Photoshop. So I figured I would just kind of do the same thing again. So if you want to make a vision board, which I highly recommend, and you don't want to like do the cut and the paste thing, literally all I did is I found a bunch of pictures on Pinterest that I liked, and a bunch of quotes. And if you want to use any of my pictures, I pinned it on my Pinterest account. It's under, I think it's literally just called my 2024 vision board. It's my Pinterest board. My Pinterest account is at Breezy, BREEZIE 022. If you want to go follow my Pinterest and find this board and use some of these pictures. But literally, I just found a bunch of pictures and quotes I liked on Pinterest, downloaded them, and then I opened up Canva app, which is kind of similar to Photoshop, but not really. It's a little bit different. But I opened up this Canva app and I basically just rearranged the pictures as I liked them. And then I went onto CVS website because they do this like print photos now thing. I use CVS to print pictures all the time, but they have like posters. So I had them print the picture. I uploaded the picture and then they printed it on a poster and I paid like $20 for it. And it was actually a lot of fun. I spent a lot of time doing this, but if you want to try it that way, you can. Yeah, send me pictures if you do. But anyways, yeah, so I just did a Photoshop collage vision board, which maybe is not the most popular thing to do, but I liked it. And so yeah, all these pictures are pinned on my Pinterest board. I added some pictures, like my own pictures and pictures of my friends, which obviously won't be available on Pinterest, but all the other pictures are, and I think all the quotes are. But I'll show you the pictures up close, and then we'll just kind of go through it. This isn't in like any specific like order or anything like that. I kind of just put the pictures where I thought that they would be the most aesthetically pleasing. So I'm just gonna kind of go over the specific things on there, and then I'll kind of point to the pictures. Okay, scooch my phone back a little bit so you might be able to see me better. But I'm just gonna kind of go over things on my board and then like point to them, I guess. Let me see. Okay, so none of my like resolutions on my board are anything that's like actually like original or anything. Like I'm just a girl. I'm literally just a normal girl. So like I don't think any of my resolutions are like unique at all, but I don't know. I don't know your life. Maybe it is unique to you. Maybe you'll be like, "Oh, let me add that to my resolution." But the first thing that I have on here, which is kind of an obvious one, but is going to the gym more, which I feel like if somebody did a poll, that would be like the most popular resolution every year for the new year is going to the gym more. I hate going to the gym. I just think it's so incredibly boring. I'm a sports girly, so like growing up, the way that I got my like workout fix in was that I just played a bunch of sports. I like the aspect of like playing games and getting a workout in. I think that just lifting weights above your head is like the most boringest thing ever. But obviously for I have responsibilities, and so I'm expected to maintain a certain level of strength, I guess you could say. And so I need to be hitting the gym more. So that's just gonna, I feel like until I start going regularly, that is just gonna be a permanent goal of mine forever and ever and ever. But I think I have some aesthetic gym pictures. Let me see if there's another one. Is that the only gym picture? That would make sense. Let me see. Because they're not all organized. Oh, yeah. But anyways, yeah. So going to the gym more is definitely something that's really needs to, Briefish, you need to, like, get on that, Miss Girl. So that's just the first one that's on there. Again, I really don't feel like I need to talk about that one that much just because not original at all. I'm pretty sure, like, 90% of people have that on their vision board, but you know, I love going to swim practices, which is on here too. I have swim on here. I love playing different games, going to swim meets. Like I like that kind of fun, not necessarily the gym. I also really don't like my college gym. They just renovated it, so I'm excited to go back next semester. But the college gym before the renovations was like not fun to go to. Like they basically only had machines and they would have like hella treadmills. But they didn't have like a lot of like squat racks or like benches, so it was like always a fight in there to like get a bench. and that is just so stressful to me. So I really didn't like going to the gym in college, but I need to start going more. So that's why that picture is on there. Okay, what's the next thing? So the next thing is I have this picture I found. This is such a cute picture. Is snorkeling. Can we see it? I went snorkeling when I was in St. Croix with my friends, and it was really fun. And I have snorkel gear because I'm scuba certified, and you have to get like snorkel gear to get scuba certified, which is another thing on my list. But snorkeling is actually really fun, and I literally live in Florida, and this kind of ties into some of my other resolutions. But I want to like go snorkeling with my friends more often, just because like I had a lot of fun when I went in St. Croix, and it's like a cheap hobby. Like you just need your snorkel and your goggles. And like honestly, like since I'm an open water swimmer, like I feel like I could go with just goggles. Like I don't even think I really need a snorkel, but yeah. So that's kind of on my resolutions. So I want to try to go snorkeling more. I remember in Key West it was really pretty, so I'd love to go snorkeling there. And that just kind of ties into scuba diving. So I got scuba certified um this past spring. But once I got scuba certified, then I had finals at college, and then I went back home to Maryland for the summer. So I really haven't. And then fall semester is always so crazy. I feel like fall semester in college is like way more busy than spring semester. So I really haven't gone out scuba diving since I got certified, like since my certification class. And honestly, like that's a really fun skill, but it's really easy to forget. And I think technically you're supposed to like maintain your scuba certification, and like you're supposed to go out every 6 months or something like that. So basically I want to like take advantage of the fact that I took time and money to get certified, and I want to go out scuba diving. I want to go out scuba diving more, so that's why this is on here. A lot of my friends on the club swim team are scuba certified too, so like we all just need to go out and go scuba diving because we're all certified, and I feel like a lot of my friends don't really use their certification because we always get busy. So I think it would be fun to take a trip. University of Miami has a club scuba like thing where you can get certified through the club, and it's cheaper, which is how I got certified. And they take kids out on trips like every weekend or so, but there's always only limited spots, and it's like the biggest club on campus, obviously because everybody wants to get certified. So it's always like a competition to try to get on those trips. And I've tried to sign up for like trips in the past, and I never got chosen. Or like my friends and I would sign up, and like one friend would get chosen. So we just need to like find a company and go out ourselves because it's really competitive to try to go out with the school. And I honestly think that's one of the reasons why I haven't gone out since my certification class. But I definitely want to start going scuba-ing more. And again, last beachy thing, but honestly, like my resolution for this year, specifically this spring semester, is to just go to the beach more. I feel like last semester I rarely went to the beach, and honestly it was probably just because like fall semester is shorter than spring semester, and I literally had something like every single weekend, so I didn't get out to the beach that much. But this semester I think is gonna be a little bit more chill for me, I hope. And so I'm gonna have some more free days, and I want to like go to the beach more, like not even just on the weekends, like after class on a weeknight. Like I mean I have swim, but like maybe one time go to watch sunset or go to watch sunrise, because the beach is only like without traffic like 15 minutes away from my campus, so there's really no reason why I shouldn't be going more. And literally like the biggest reason I went to school at U Miami was for the beach, and so I feel like I need to take advantage of the fact that I live so close, so I want to go more. And so that's why I have pictures of the beach on here, just because like I love the beach, it's my happy place, and I honestly think it would be good for my mental health if I went more, just because I really believe that the ocean is healing. And I just like get a lot of happiness from going to the beach, and I just know I need to go more. So I think I have that picture, and then I have a picture of me and Gabby let me see if I can find it. Where is it? There's a picture of me. Oh, here's another picture of the beach. There's a picture of me and Gabby on here somewhere, but oh yeah, here it is. There she is, Queen. That's my friend Gabby and I at South Beach. So I definitely want to go to the beach more this semester. I kind of want to go for my birthday coming up. We'll see. But that's definitely on my 2024 New Year's resolution, is to take advantage of the fact that I live so close to the beach, because like I remember when I grew up in Maryland, like I wished I could go to the beach, but it was either cold or it was like far away. And now I'm like blessed to live so close to the beach in a climate that's warm like all the time. And then I never go. So I definitely want to go more. Um, and the next thing on my list is also something that you're probably sick and tired of hearing me talk about, because I've honestly beat this topic like into the ground, but it's honestly just running. And again, that's going to be something like the gym is probably just going to be on my resolution board for like the rest of my life. Unless I become a good runner. I don't even know what characterizes you as a good runner, but this was something that I talked about in my second episode about how I wanted to work from October to December, getting better at running. And I honestly, that was just one of the things that I just didn't feel like I really accomplished. Part of that was just life got in the way. I had my knee injury, so I couldn't run for a while. And now I feel like I'm just starting back at square one again. But I've been running more consistently since the beginning of the year. I've been recording on Strava. Follow me on Strava. I always forget to record my runs on Strava, but I've been trying to remember more and be more consistent with it, because honestly, like, I've learned that the most important part of running is just the consistency of it. Like, if you go every single day, eventually you're going to get better. At least that's what I tell myself. And so, like, honestly, just getting out there and running as consistently as I can. Last night, I had procrastinated running all day. So, like, at 1 a.m. before I went to bed, I was like, well, I'm going to have to run. And I only ran a mile. And I was literally on the phone with my friend, like, when I was finished my run, walking back to my house. And I was like, honestly, like, I feel really guilty. I should have ran more. But at least I ran, because it was better than me just, like, going to sleep and not doing it at all. And so trying to remember, like, the consistency is, like, the most important part, like, just getting out there and running. Um, I just hope that, I think that's going to be useful, like, coming into this year. It's just every day, like, it does, no matter the distance, just, like, getting out there and running at least a mile, at least a mile. Like, I'm going to improve, I feel like. I don't know. I'm not a runner, but obviously, like, I've talked about that topic so much. Running is, like, my biggest pet peeve. I told my friend Josh, who was the one I was on the phone with last night, I was like, God could have made me perfect, so he had to make me bad at running. Like literally, it's the most frustrating thing ever. But I'm not going to talk about it anymore again, because beat that topic into a pulp. But yeah, there's a little queen running, because she just is giving my energy. And I have some cute little running shoes. Let me see if I can find them over here. So I definitely want to get better at running. The other thing I have on here is eating healthier. I feel like in general, I'm a pretty healthy eater. Wait, let me find a picture of it. Oh yeah, here we go. There's some little avocados. I love avocado. And then, I don't know, I just found this picture. I don't even know what's really on that plate, but they're eating. You ate for real. But I noticed recently that when I eat healthier, my skin tends to look more clear. And I honestly just think eating healthier is, like, better for your body. Obviously, that's like Brie a fish, obviously. But that's why kind of my goal for 2024 is to make a habit of eating healthier. A lot of the times I just eat whatever is the most convenient for me. Um, and like the past 3 semesters in college, I've had a meal plan where I just ate in the dining hall. So I kind of just ate whatever the dining hall had, and it wasn't always the healthiest. But now that I'm moving into apartment this semester, I'm not gonna have a meal plan anymore. And so I'm planning on, like, getting a meal subscription where they, like, send healthy meals to me. Um, so like it forces me to eat healthier, which I think will be good. But honestly, and just in general, because another thing, just, life, like, sometimes you have to get a meal plan, sometimes you just have to eat whatever the dining hall has. But now that it's more in my control for 2024, I want to make an effort to eat healthier, so that's why those are on there. The next thing I have, which is kind of, let me see, which is kind of has to do with, like, this picture for, like, studying and stuff, is I want to get better at my time management and productivity. I feel like, and I've always been bad at this, like, my entire life, but I'm really bad about waiting till the last minute to get things done, and also, like, slacking off. And I've noticed recently, I feel like sometimes I'm not turning on my best work just because I'm waiting till the last minute, and so I'm just, like, trying to get it done good enough for jazz. So I definitely want to work on this semester, mapping out my days so I have a plan of what I'm getting done each day. And trying to stay organized and focused just because I think it'll help relieve a lot of stress because I tend to wait till last minute and then I get a lot of anxiety about something because I waited for so long to get something done. Which again, probably a common um resolution for people, but definitely I need to work on it. I'm a human being. I'm not perfect. And I definitely think I want to work on. And also, my study habits need to improve. I'm horrible at studying. I'm constantly just I go to class and then I just think the information just enters into my brain and I never have to look at it again. And then it'll become the day of the test. And I'm like, girl, if I had studied, I would have gotten such a better grade. So, studying too just kind of goes with that time management and productivity idea as well. And this one is going to sound also so dumb, and you might laugh at this one, but I want to lay out in the sun more, hence this queen tanning picture, and this one too. Just because, again, I literally moved to Miami for the warm weather. I wanted to move that school because, I don't know, girlies be walking around in their bikinis on campus, and I just think that that's so fun. And I was really bad last semester about as soon as my class would get over, because my dorm was in the middle of campus. So as soon as my class would get over, I would walk to my dorm, sit in my dorm, maybe eat lunch or whatever, depending on what time it was, do whatever in my dorm. Sorry, everyone. My friend Marielle just called me in the middle of me recording, and it ended the recording. So I don't really know where I left off. I'm pretty sure it was tanning, but yeah, basically, I would literally just this semester, I would literally just go to class, go inside the dorm, walk to the next class, and other than swim, other than times where I had to be outside for other different responsibilities, I never went to the pool and sat out and tanned, or I never really I would sometimes sit out and study, but a lot of times I was just spending a lot of time in my dorm. And so this semester I want to make an effort to sit outside just because I think being outside is really good for me mentally, being in nature. And also I notice when I lay out in the sun, it helps clear my skin. And then obviously I want to be tan because I literally live in Miami and it's rough out here for us pale girlies when we can't tan. And I literally talked about this in my episode 2. I said get a tan line was one of my goals, and I did not get a tan line because I was spending so much time in my dorm, and I did not even attempt that goal. Gonna be honest with you, did not even attempt that goal. So still a goal of mine is to get a tan line. Honestly, I don't even know if it's possible, but if it is, I'm gonna try. So getting a tan line is one of my resolutions, which is actually so funny. But I'm just so much more happier when I'm tan, and I want to be tan so bad, real tan. The next thing on here is it's not something that you all would relate to, but for me specifically, I want to get better open water swimming, which I kind of I think I might have talked about that in my second episode. Oh yeah, so in my second episode, I talked about how I want to swim a 5K at Swim Miami coming this spring. That's still one of my goals. I also I'm thinking about doing a 3-miler in Ocean City, Maryland this summer. Which I'm a little bit scared about because the water in Ocean City, Maryland is a lot more choppier than what I'm used to down here in Miami. But honestly, just increasing my times in open water swimming, I have come to love that side of swimming even more than the competition pool side of it. I've just fallen in love with open water swimming, and so I really want to push my body to see how far I can swim. So this isn't really other than I want to swim the 5K at Swim Miami. This isn't really a tangible goal. It's not a specific thing. It's just in general, I want to work to improve my open water swimming. So that means doing more work in the pool. Hence why I have, let me find it. Hence why I have the picture. Oh, wait, wrong side. The picture of the pool. And then I also have a picture of, let me find them, some of my swim girlies. So just spending more time in the pool and getting that workout in. And then also just working on improving my open water swimming. So I have a picture of me and my friends from St. Croix. And then there's an open water swimming picture. I think there's another one somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, here's another open water swimming picture. So just getting better open water swimming is one of them. One of my pictures I have on here is a podcast, which was a goal before I even started the podcast, and now that I've started it, but just continuing to stay consistent with uploading videos. Because while I feel like I haven't gained a lot of listeners or followers recently, one of like the main tips that I feel like everyone has given me is just to stay consistent with it. Because like eventually I feel like it'll catch on and people just like what I'm talking about, because I just be talking so much anyways, so I feel like I just might as well record them and somebody will think it's funny or interesting. Sorry if my dog is barking in the background. I think my mom just got home upstairs. This is the perks of recording videos when you're back home at your parents' house. But yeah, so just continuing to stay consistent with the podcast. Another thing on here, let me find it. Another water thing is surfing, which is something that I had also talked about in my second episode. It was one of my goals. Not really something that I felt like I worked on this last semester. Again, life happens. I just got really busy. It's kind of a hike. It's kind of a whole thing whenever you want to go surfing, because you have to rent a surfboard from the school. I have to get it on my car, and then we have to like drive, because the beaches like near campus aren't always that wavy, so you have to like drive 45 minutes to Fort Lauderdale whenever I want to go surfing. So honestly, just like I guess when I have free time to make an effort to go practice more, it's gonna be kind of hard because my friend Natalie, who knows how to surf, is studying abroad next semester. But like there's a surf club on campus that I could be more active in if I really wanted to, but just like that's just a life skill that I just really want to know how to do. Um so just continuing to work on that and improve that skill. Um And then kind of, let me see if there's anything else. Kind of the last thing on here is just different quotes that I have just to kind of remind me to stay consistent. One of my quotes, I won't talk about all my quotes because that'll be a lot, but one of the quotes I really like on here is this "I can do hard things" quote. When I was like a junior in high school, my mom got me this little plaque that says, "Beautiful girl, you can do hard things." And that's kind of become like my like motto. And whenever I'm like struggling, specifically like in a workout or a run, I kind of just like repeat that to myself, because it just helps remind me that just because something's hard doesn't mean it's not impossible. Like I can still do it. It just means I'm gonna have to push myself a little bit more. So I really liked that quote. Let me see if I can find another one. Um, this one's kind of bitchy, but it says, "Don't spend another year doing the same shit," which I think is just a reminder, like, okay, Miss Girl, like you didn't complete all of your goals and your resolutions you wanted to for 2023. Don't fall into the same patterns. Work to complete those goals this year, because like new year, new me. Period. Um, so that's just kind of they're like, okay, like get your shit together. This one just says "girl boss" on it because I just think that I'm just girl bossing. Like I want to wait. I'm gonna hang this in my dorm room in Miami next to my bed, and I want to wake up every morning and be like, period. Like you're a girl boss. Get shit done. Hashtag get shit done. I should have put that on here. And then oh, I like this one. It just says everything happens for a reason. I definitely believe that. There will be certain situations that I'm put in where I get really frustrated and I feel like what the heck, Miss Universe, like Miss Girl, like why are you putting me through this right now? And I just have to remember that just because I might not be able to see it right now, I think in the long run, um those negative events will end up becoming like good things, but it's just hard to see when you're like in the moment going through something that might be negative to you. So I'm just trying to remember that everything happens for a reason, period. I'm not really religious, I would say, but I would like to think that there's somebody up there looking out for me, and so that's just kind of that quote to remind me of that. Um but I kind of just think that's it. um Oh, and the last one is again just something I talked about before, but it was just getting more into yoga. When I was in middle school, I was really into yoga, and then I just kind of stopped. But I think yoga is really beneficial not only mentally but also physically, because it helps with your like flexibility and your overall strength, which again, as we talked about with the gym, is something that I need to work on. So just kind of getting into yoga more. I had spoke about that in my second episode. Again, got really busy last semester. Just wasn't something I was able to make time for, but because of my time management goal and resolution I made for this year, I'm hoping I can make more time for yoga. Anyways, let me stop talking because sometimes I just be talking so much I don't even know what's coming out of my mouth before I say it. But yeah, that was my 2024 goals and a reflection on my 2023 resolutions that I set for myself. and what I plan to do to work on those this year. I hope this inspired you to set some resolutions yourself for 2024. And also, if you want to make a vision board yourself, be sure to send me the pics, Miss Girl. I want to see them. But that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you all next week. Bye.